Okay, here's my response to Magus and your emulation discussion. Yeah, emulation. Very controversial, as you said. Just because the game industry is very big now, a lot of companies that you're just talking about, like the ESA, are starting to get the copyrights, like Nintendo's starting to get the copyrights, so that people are like the games are protected, stuff like that. Emulation, in my opinion, great. I'm glad that it's easy to get, easy to find the games that you like. I think it's great that you're able to find stuff like that. Um, but in some instances, like I don't have any. I have emulators NES through N64. I don't go above into like the 3D polygonal systems since I own those. Um, but yeah, I don't. I have some pet peeves, pet peeves on some of the games, or not games, but emulators in general. Sometimes I'd rather own a hard copy just because maybe I like the box art, or I like kind of having the booklet, even though I usually never read those. I don't know. Sometimes I just kind of like having the hard copy and actually having the game with the controller. I mean, I think sometimes that brings to another point that at least emulators sometimes on the computer, they might not always have the greatest control schemes, so that can be kind of annoying at sometimes. Like at some of the Mega Man emulators or ROMs rather, excuse me, they kind of have some crappy controls in some instances, like Mega Man and Bass. But yeah, for the most part, I think it's okay. Some other pet peeves, just like pausing the game sometimes can be difficult to find. One thing I love that is kind of cheap though is at least on the SNES emulator that I have. It doesn't. I think it's on SNES. Or yeah, I think yeah. Um, you're able to save anywhere basically, so you could just pick up the game right where you are. You don't have to find like a save point or anything. So I think that's actually a very convenient way, and also it can be cheap. Like in Mega Man, you could just save at the boss, like right before the boss fight, and just keep on fighting the boss until you win. I think that's a little cheap, but at the same time, it is helpful if you're just trying to breeze through a game or you don't have enough time to find a save point in an RPG or something like that. Emulation, for the most part, I agree totally that it's a great, and I love emulation, even if it is illegal. I mean, a lot of things are illegal, but you're still gonna do them. But at the same time, I think if the game is readily easy to find, then you shouldn't have to download a ROM for it. I think that you should be able to have enough respect for the company to buy the game. Usually the games that you're looking for ROMs are old and they don't cost very much in the first place. I mean, some of them are rare. Obviously, they're gonna cost a lot, but it's I don't know. I just think it's kind of stupid if you're able to find the game pretty easily. You should at least just buy it. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just something of my moral view, but I just think that if you're able to get the game easily, like if you could go to GameStop or wherever you go, Play and Trade, wherever, Meyer, Walmart, whatever you want to do, that if it's there, you should be able to get the game. You shouldn't have to bootleg it. But for the most part, emulation, great thing, love it. I have a lot of fun with it, especially on the GBA emulator. So with that, that is my response to emulation.